Is there just some sort of Spider-Man 3 curse? Because every time we get to one, something goes wrong. Hello everyone and welcome to the very first edition of What the Hell Just Happened. I am your host with the most, Detective Artemis, and before we go on, hit that thumbs up button for the love of whatever god or alien you believe in. For me, it's aliens. Today it's about Spider-Man, no longer part of the MCU. Ah shit, here we go again. So, what happened? So basically, Sony allowed Spider-Man to exist within the MCU, but Marvel had to develop the movies. Sony put up the money for the film and to handle all marketing aspects of it. Meanwhile, Marvel got to keep all the merchandise revenue. Merchandise revenue for Spider-Man is a goddamn platinum mine. And Sony got to keep all the box office revenue. Alright, not bad. They just made $1 billion of Far From Home. Sony also wanted new Spider-Man movies every 2 years, but at this point, that's kind of a high demand because why it fell through. Considering Marvel and Disney are ultra busy with their new streaming service coming up, getting other Marvel characters their own TV shows, and developing phases 4 and 5 which don't exactly include Spider-Man. Not to mention their newly acquired acquisition of the Fantastic Four and X-Men, because we know we're going to see them in the movies pretty soon. So with all that being said, there is simply no way for Kevin Feige to produce any Spider-Man movies coming up. He's just got way too much on his plate. He's like me when I go to Hometown Buffet. I just put mountains and mountains of food and I try to eat as much as I can. Often I throw up, but that's okay. I make more room for food. See? Moving on. So since Disney and Marvel weren't exactly making any movie from the movies, they're like, you know what, dude, Sony, bro, let's just do 50-50 of this. And Sony's like, nope, no thanks. They're just like, no way, we want to keep all that movie money, because at the end of the day, 100% of 900 million is 900 million, and 50% of $1 billion is only 500 million. When it comes down to it, always, it is about the goddamn money. Who's the greedy one? More than likely it's Sony. They're their own biggest villain. What does this mean? It means that Spider-Man cannot mention anything that happened in the MCU. Nothing at all. No Thanos, no Tony Stark, no blip, not a damn thing. It also means that the Happy Hogan and Aunt May love story is gonna go nowhere and just kind of go unmentioned. And the whole acquiring of the EDA technology and all of Tony Stark's armor and crap like that, nope, not gonna happen. It's as if none of those previous movies have never happened. It's almost like his franchise is getting blipped. What makes this more awkward is that Tom Holland is still contracted for 2 more Spider-Man movies. So he's all like, oh boy, can't mention the X. It also might be confusing to the general audience as well, because those questions are gonna arrive. So hopefully the writers can think of something to, you know, divert our attention from the MCU, but yeah, good luck with that, buddy. What do I think about this? It fucking sucks that both parties couldn't come to an agreement. It was amazing, you know it, pun intended, thwip, to see Spider-Man interact with all the other heroes. It was like a dream come true. We were spoiled. MCU spoiled us like a couple of kids. And God damn it, I loved it. I'm gonna miss it. On the other hand, I did ask for Spidey not to do so many team-ups and just sort of do everything on his own. But goddamn, I didn't even take him out the MCU completely. I guess for the writers, they won't be tied down to the MCU story, so they can kind of have their own narrative freedom. But ultimately, it's still hugely disappointing. We were at progress, everyone was working together, and now it's like, no, money, bitch. However, maybe down the line another deal can be made. If they did it one time, which we thought would never happen, who's to say they won't do it again? Cup half full. What should the next movie be? Sony can finally get their wet dream by having Spider-Man and Venom cross over. But in addition to that, add Kraven in the mix, because you can have him trying to hunt both of them down for the ultimate game hunt thing. Kinda like Kraven's Hunt, but not make it a revenge story and, you know, not have him blow his brains out, but sort of in that darker direction. I think that'd be great. Have both of them being hunted while fighting each other at the same time. That's great. Add some good movie tension. And I just gave away $1 million pitch. Sony, if you're listening, 1 million's fine. 1.5? 7 billion. So what do you guys think about Spider-Man going back to Sony, and how would you write the next movie? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artemis, and with great money comes great power.